In this video, we're just going to look at building the game file for Unity. And the game file is the actual file which you'll be submitting for your assessment. And essentially what the game file will do is just create a little standalone software package which, when run, allows me to test and maneuver around your interactive environment, pretty much like working with the play button, but in this case it's a standalone executable game for intents and purposes. It's pretty easy to do. There will be some differences with what you do because I'm recording this video on a Mac, so of course it's going to want to create the output for a Mac OS. So I'll show you how you can create it for Windows, but I'll have to create it for Mac in order to show you this correctly. But it's pretty straightforward to do, pretty easy thing to do. All we need to do is go up to where it says File, and we're going to go up to Build Settings and click on Build Settings. And what that will bring up is this little software package which lets us look at the kind of platforms we can work with in Unity. So we're going to do PC, Mac, and Linux and standalone because that's the platform we're working on. You may find on Scenes and Build there's nothing in there, so you can just click on Add Open Scenes and it will add whatever scene you have to the build that you're doing. Target platform for you guys, I'm on Mac OS X because that's what I'm working with, but you actually want to change it to Windows. I can actually change it to make a Windows executable here. That's an exe file. However, I won't be able to preview and show it to you. So you want to click on Windows and x86_64. I'm just going to go back to Mac OS X because that's the platform I'm working on. Not much to do from here. It's pretty straightforward. I'm going to go to Player Settings, which lets us modify a whole lot of things. And under Player, what I'm going to do is highlight this, and because we haven't really gotten to scripting and creating scripts for exit keys and things like that, I want to make it much easier for me to do when I'm grading it. So instead of operating in a full screen window, if we just go to Windowed, will mean there's a pop-up window which will appear on the platform I'm working with. Rather than going full screen mode, it just means I can exit from your game fairly easily. That's literally all I need to do. Just click on Windowed there. We can go with all the other default settings, and when we're happy with what we've got, we just hit Build and Run. And I'm going to call this Dystopian Environment. I already have this file, so it's just going to replace the current one. I've just hit Save. It's a pretty small scene, so it's going to render pretty quickly. And it will open up a little window here which will show my game, even with a sound on it. So I can look around and maneuver around. I can start to move. You can probably hear some footsteps. Go around to my shipping containers. Can't walk through the wall. Move around my environment and start to interact with what I've got. Of course, I don't want to walk off the edge of the precipice or I'll just fall for infinity. But that's essentially what you need to do. It's just a standalone application which is playing the game now, and this will be the file that you submit to me for assessment at the end. And I'll just exit out of it, exit first person shooter test, to go back to Unity. So pretty straightforward. We go to Build Settings, we click on Player Settings, we make sure that we're working in windowed mode from Player, we make sure that we're creating for a PC, not Mac OS X, that's just because I'm recording on this, and just hit Build and Run. It will go through and test the file that you've made. It's pretty straightforward to do this part of what we're needing to do.